Hey everyone, April here, and today we're going to be playing a game that's had more changes than Beyonce at one of her shows, BonBon's. And this has been developed by Studio Mirage, and you find it over at itch.io. I have a link, well, no, I won't have a link. YouTube will not like that. But I'm going to be cutting out everything that's a bit naughty, and all that stuff can be found over at though the full version will be over at Patreon. I know, one of the only times I ever mentioned that. But, yeah, so you can find all the cutouts. You can find, well, the full game through, the full gameplay over there. But, let's get into it. New, obviously. Yeah, so this game has gone through so many changes from the beginning. And I've played every single version of it. Confirm. Ava. Wow. That name is kind of dumb. Sure is. Whatever, Ava. Anyway, the boss wanted me to explain a few things to you. I don't know why he wants me to deal with whatever riffraff that comes in here when we clearly have a rabid guard dog. But I digress. I was informed to let you know that BonBon's is switching to a completely 2D draw night section. The 3D renders you see on night 1 will be switched out for drawn images on night 2. We're skipping its redrawing for now to save time and push out new content. Also, you may have noticed the writing in the opening to be different than the writing in day 1. That's because we're skipping its rewriting to save time and give you all new content. It'll be better after breakfast. Some of the backgrounds may be different after breakfast is finished, but don't you fret. After that, they won't change. Last thing, the boss respects and follows the Christian faith. Any storytelling using some of its background is strictly for story purposes and not a mocking of the religion. Praise God. Praise Jeebus. Can I go now? I need a setup for my show. Do the thing. You're gonna stay here for longer if you don't do it. Please have a good game, Master. See, now, was that so hard? Enjoy the game. I'll try. Cold draft hits me as I stand in the dark, empty restaurant. Shivers creep up my body from both the cold and the instinctual emptiness of the place. Hello? I call out to an empty restaurant. My voice bounces off the walls with an eerie echo. I'm here for a job interview? Dead silence replies to my question. I wonder if I'm in the wrong location. If I am, why was the door unlocked? Start turning around to leave. I'll call the guy and organize for another time, I mumble to myself. Ahem. A voice clears its throat from the dark restaurant. The hair on the back of my neck stands up as I freeze in place. Something about the voice. The finality of it. It made something in my soul feel off, like I should turn and run now. But I know that I couldn't. Something besides the poverty of my situation made me stay in place. Yeah, let's turn around. We don't have a choice. Hey, the D goes away. Boop, 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 boop. I slowly turn around to see a man with a darker complexion than my own. He stands there with his arms crossed, seemingly waiting for me. But how was he... Oh, you must be the interviewer, I said awkwardly. I got no response. The figure just stayed silent and didn't move. The hair on both my arms, along with my neck, all stood up in unison. Something in my body was pushing me to leave. But again, something pushes me to stay. Like I have to be here. But I can't put my finger on it. He moves over to sit at a table on the far side of the room. All of a sudden, my legs started moving on their own, pulling me in front of the table to sit down in front of him. We both say nothing, and for a moment, we create an atmosphere of silence. In the silence, I'm able to start to look around slightly. I notice that it's so dark except for the light above this table that illuminates it. I'm not able to see any of my surroundings, not even the door I came from. I look over to his side of the table and see him looking at me with a sly smile, one that frankly creeped me out. Name? The man says flatly. Oh, inside the creepiness of his smile, I seem to have forgotten my name. My name is Ava. Another small moment of silence passes. Then, out of nowhere, he speaks again. Age, he says as flatly as before. 19, sir. Previous work experience? I've never really held an official job, but I've done work around convenience stores, offices, etc. Never officially, but I've helped friends out. You know what we do here? No, not really. No, not enough, no. I haven't had enough time to do research. We sell sex here, Ava. He says it so coldly. Business is business, I suppose. The man makes an odd motion with his hands, as if he's waving something over. Mona, here now, the interviewer commands. I wait for a few minutes and nothing happens. Then, here's a grind, a rumble, then a giant pink fox woman appears out of nowhere. She seems to be missing, some of her torso area. She towers above the table. The dark is so thick that I can't see her face, only her large proportions. Do you have any emergency contacts? The voice asks with an odd seriousness, as if this question is important in any way. No. No, unfortunately. There's a moment of tense silence. The hairs on the back of my neck pull so far away from my skin, I get worried they might fling off. How many times are you going to mention the hairs on the back of your neck? Good to know. He taps the table with the pen in contemplation. Why is that good to know? Am I going to be killed? You're hired. I take a moment startled. That quickly? Thank you. When do I start? Right now, if possible. Yes, I can do that. I was excited to think that I'd get a job here so easily and amazing. Afterward, he pointed me toward the office, and even though it took me a moment, I found it. It was gone as I turned around to thank him for my hiring. I looked around the office and shrugged my shoulders. I had gotten the job. One strange thing was this tape recorder, which I found as I sat down. It was in the back of one of the drawers inside my desk. Maybe Joe put it there? Who's Joe? Because they never said what the name of that guy was that did our interview. Is that supposed to be Joe? Now let's, save. Did that actually work? Bell chime that starts the night. Wait, I hadn't had time to think about it. The night started. Yeah, sure. Continue. Wait, what? Oh, okay. I have a flashlight I can use.
Shit.
Oh.
Thing on.
Okay.
Can't even tell.
There's BonBon.
Whatever. This is Mike, and the date is currently September.
I'm not gonna remember all their names.
I just finished my first shift at BonBon's, and my heart is pounding. I'm supposed to.
Alright, there doesn't seem to be anything going on. Like, I don't have to fiddle with stuff.
This rope is supposed to be glitching.
Oh.
I expected it to be twitching or something.
BonBon, what are you doing over here?
Pounding on my window.
I don't have a battery meter.
Okay, fuck it. I made it. In the morning, I need to make it a task to check out the blue rabbit. Tonight, she was the only one moving. It seems she preferred the left hallway, and a quick door slam was enough to push her away.
Yay.
Please let her be the only one doing this. I know I need the money, but I can't handle more of this scary shit. Micah.
Alright, so just BonBon then. According to that guy. I didn't know there was going to be actual elements of FNAF gameplay going on. That would just be a visual novel. Okay. Whatever. Oh, she's on the move. Oh, don't you look nice and creepy? I like it. Oh, wow, you just... Huh, not there? Oh, I just saw you. Oh, I guess I was supposed to close the door around that time. Okay. I don't know. I thought she'd get closer to the door itself. Meh. I don't want to listen to that message again. Sure, there's like no posters. Like, come on. Shouldn't there be a poster I can do a nose boop? I like nose boops.
Currently September 19th, 2005.
Oh, well. I guess. For some reason, I thought we were at 1 a.m. I don't know how I missed there being 2 1s up there. Alright, so the next spot she should go to is back at the office. I'm just waiting for the camera to go, and then we'll check it out. And we'll hold the door closed. Yeah, this'll work. As soon as she decides to go somewhere. Huh. Oh, she's exactly back to where she was. What? That was weird. Okay, 4 a.m. Nice. Huh. Alright, back into the storage room. We can't boop her nose. She's not here yet. Wait. I'll have to go to like, what, 5 a.m.? That's weird. Beep, 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 beep. Can I save? I think that saves. I'm torn away from my train of thought as the alarm clock sitting on the desk blares. Beep, beep. I flinch slightly at the sudden noise and slam my fist down on it. The beeping ceases, and the screen flashes slightly, displaying 5 a.m. Yep, 5 a.m., okay. Oh, my office looks a lot different now. Oh, look, there's, Mangle. Or, what is it in this game? Mange? Or, I don't know. But, yeah, I like the look of her when she was like this. But from what I gather, from what I've seen on the screenshots, I don't care for the new look. Not at all. 5 a.m. already. I'm not even tired. I didn't think I'd be built for this night shift. I smiled, feeling a bit more hope that I might just keep this job. But as the scent of danger fades away, I can't help letting out a big yawn. I groan. I guess my heart pumping for 6 hours straight because of some creepy robots has me a bit tired. I mumble to myself as another yawn escapes my mouth. Worry starts to fill my mind just as much as the sleepiness. Joe might think I'm not fit for this position if I fall asleep before he comes back. Yeah, so I guess that guy's name was Joe, but like I said, he never gave us his name, did he? Shit, can't have him thinking I'm lazy. I need this job. Resisting my body's needs to just making it worse, my body feels so heavy, I slump against the desk. Keeping my eyes open is like pushing a boulder uphill. I've gone so much longer without sleep. Come on, just a bit longer. Each blink is a danger. Each time they get slower and slower, I let my eyes rest for a few extra seconds. That's a big mistake. This ragged old desk chair is incredibly comfortable all of a sudden. So comfortable. A few hours later, soft footsteps arise from the room, loud enough to disturb my sleep. My face scrunches up in annoyance and I curl up into the chair. The noise vanishes, and I sigh happily, letting myself fall right back into the warm embrace of slumber. This nap on this rickety old office chair is enjoyable enough, until an awful squeaking infiltrates my mind and a sharp, jarring stabs. They get louder and louder, almost painful. My dreams begin to fade away. Yet again, I am pried away from the warm room of sleep. I exhale as my eyes slowly open. It's not very bright, but I easily adjust to the change. Everything seems alright until that squeaking starts up again. Coming from just down the hall. I want to ignore it. I shut my eyes tightly and curled back into myself. 5 more minutes. My thoughts demanded. Praying my hardest it'd stop before I go past the point of no return. I try my hardest to ignore it, but the noise is persistent. I sigh. There's no point in staying asleep. Opening my eyes, I sit up properly and take a moment to fully wake up. For fuck's sake. Wait, did I fall asleep? Yeah, you did. And I don't think you should be doing that on your first night on the job. I blink, the sleep out of my eyes. It's definitely much later in the morning now. Damn it. I mutter as my eyes drift over to the clock. It flashes 8:07. Shit. Doubts well in my mind. I sigh. Well, thank you. Random annoying noise. The squeaking finally stops. All I can hear now is the distinct noise of a shower running. Spinning around in the chair, I look towards where the noise is coming from. Peeking my head out into the right hallway, I spot a corridor with steam coming out of it. I took a quick peek down this hallway. Noticing the coast was clear, I moved over into the corridor. The steam and squeakiness was worrisome. Something can't happen on my first day here. The door at the end of the corridor is slightly ajar with a bland white light peeking through. The bland, blaring white shine from the overhead bulbs in the hallway hit me with a brick, or like a brick. I shut my eyes with my forearm. On the opposite side of where I stand is the door to the shower, half open with steam billowing out. Who could be here this early? My guard goes up, wondering if some homeless person wandered in to take a shower and use the amenities. The idea it's someone potentially dangerous drops a little bit as the person inside starts humming a beautiful tune. Their voice is like silk. It's almost as if they're beckoning me to come closer as a siren would to sailors passing by. I inhale deeply, preparing myself to push past the heat to see who was inside. I step forward and push the door open a bit more. Steam and white tiles. That's all I can see. I crane my head to the left and see a blur of blue. My eyes try to focus on what it is. I stare intently at the blurry spot through the mist. The steam clears a bit, revealing the upper half of a bunny woman. She's washing her hair with her back turned to me. The same bunny woman that was trying to kill us? Maybe we shouldn't be around her. Maybe we should back off and go back to our office. My skin feels so warm watching this. Maybe it's just the steam. I lean further into the shower to get a closer look at her. My hand slips, and I fall forward. Before I fall entirely over, someone catches me by the back of my shirt and pulls me back up, then drags me out of the shower. They spin me around. It's a chicken. A yellow hen, wearing an apron, is staring at me angrily. Thought I heard someone sneaking around. I caught you, naughty boy. You're not supposed to be here or be staring at the employees while they're showering. Her southern accent really emphasizes her anger. I'm the new security guard. Thought a homeless person might have been using the shower. I was just trying to see who was in there. I wasn't trying to be a perv. Sure you weren't. That's why you kept staring. Confusion flashes across her face. Then her expression softens. Oh my, I didn't realize. I knew we were getting a new night guard. My apologies, dear. I saw you staring and assumed the worst. You were just trying to protect us. Well, it's lovely to meet you, fellow employee. You can call me Nina. She smiles and offers me her hand. Wing? Ava, it's nice to meet you. Accept her hand and shake it. Her hand wing thing is kind of weird. It's kind of what you'd think shaking Big Bird's hands would be like. But it's weird. She's a girl, I'm assuming, so her hand and grip feel weaker than mine. But she's a robot? Are they really robots? Yeah, I think they are. I take a moment to ponder that thought, and it generally perplexed me. Ahem. Huh? Dearie, you're still holding onto my hand kind of tight now. Oh. I quickly take my hand back and apologize. Sorry, I space out a bit here and there. She giggles in response. It's mighty fine. I'm used to boys being frozen around me. she says, giving a small smirk. Wait, is she flirting with me? Apologies again, Nina. After I completed my shift, I was supposed to talk to the owner about getting the job. She looks up at me, a bit perplexed. Yuri, I thought you said you were the new security guard. Oh, I am. Joe, I think it was, said as long as I made it through the night, we'd talk in the morning about the job. I wonder why he asked if I made it through. The job wasn't hard or anything, although some weird things happened last night. I said that last part in ponderance, and as I focused my attention on Nina, she face palms with a disappointed expression. Don't listen to Joe. He just likes to kid around. We've had some issues with past employment here. She looks back up at me with a smile. You look kind, sugar. I hope you're one to stay. She says that. Something in my heart makes me feel warm. The whole situation, her mannerisms, the way she speaks, it's all too convincing. Too inviting. Yes, because they want me to spend the night here so they can kill me. I can see why this place is so popular. Hey, what do you say you join us for breakfast? Halfway through making it, we have enough for another mouth. What? They can eat? Sure. Just to be clear, we aren't eating nuts or bolts or anything like that, right? She looks at me wide-eyed for a second. Then she bursts into laughter. I can hear a few clucks in box here and there as she's clearly having a good laugh. No, sugar. We're having regular food. It's good, I promise. But I need you to do me a favor. Sure, what is it? The other gals need to be woken up. BonBon, the gal behind you, who has been taking a long time in the shower, is up. But there are 3 other gals snoozing. She describes it as them sleeping, but not deactivated. Weird. Okay, where are they? Well, Ditsy's in the room in front of you. She should be sleeping in her box right now. Vixie should be asleep in Pirate's Cove in her little ship area. She usually sleeps on her little throne. Oh, you should probably give Bon a holler so she doesn't use up all our hot water again. And Mona, well, you should probably try finding her last. She's difficult because she's always hanging around somewhere. I should probably take the time to familiarize myself with this place. Alright, will do, ma'am. Once you're done, come join us in the kitchen. She gave me a warm smile before waddling off. She waddles fast. I should be able to find my way around the place due to the fact that I was looking at the layout for the building most of the night. Oh, okay, save. So, yes, let's do Ditsy. It seems to be the easiest and closest option from the office. I walk around the establishment to the door, cracking it open ever so slightly to peek inside. The room seems very crowded from what I can see. My eyes shift towards the main stage of the room. Next to the pole, there's a giant box with an equally sized handle connected to it. The music box. It's plastered with circus art. The front display is a big top tent with the clown juggling, bordered with simple but intricate patterns. I open the door fully and approach the box carefully. Should I open it? Or knock? I think for a moment. I can feel safer. Wouldn't want to get my frontal lobe bitten off or anything. I raise my fist above the lid and lightly tap it a few times. I wait a few moments. There's no response. I tap it a few times again, with a bit more force unlike the last one. To my surprise, there's a groan in response. Be gone! I need my beauty sleep. Static crackles as she speaks in her sleepily posh tone. I don't know who you are, but Nina says to get up for breakfast. Silence fills the air. More silence. Until the chime of a music box starts playing. Huh? I ask out loud, in response to the childish tune suddenly playing in front of me. Popping back into her box for a moment, she elegantly rises from the box with a whole new attire, akin to a Victorian doll. She clears her throat and stands up straight, her demeanor completely changing. Dearest esteemed guests, I do hate to inform you that this area is off limits. Please come back during the opening hours, and I, Ditsy, will be very happy to entertain you. She smiles and then makes hand motions for me to leave. I chuckle slightly. Well, Ditsy, I'm actually an employee, and Nina told me to wake you up. Her smile drops. Her expression turns to disgust. Another peasant to deal with. And a human no less. You're not going to last very long here, young man. In your brief time here, don't think you'll be able to outshine me. Where did her nice attitude go? I shake my head, genuinely confused. The way she talks, it's like she's in a play. I think she wants me to play along. Save. Says who, or I doubt says who. You don't know how long I'll be here. Maybe I just may outshine you. She rolls her eyes. Out with you now. I must be dressed appropriately for breakfast. Yes, of course. I exit the room and shut the door. Heading back to the office, I look at the computer screen for my next destination. We're gonna go to... shower. I meander my way back to the break room. The shower's still running. Condensation is sticking all around the door to the shower. I approach and knock a few times on the wooden door frame. Hey, BonBon? Time to get out of the shower. Nina doesn't want you using all the hot water. Huh? What? Hey, give me a minute. I'll be right there. I walk back into the office, waiting for her to stop the shower. After a few moments, I can hear the shower stop, and wet footsteps approach me. She walks in, scrolling on her phone. One Joe, presumably bought for her. She sits there tapping on her phone for a few moments, before looking up at me. Ew, another fan got back here. I told Joe we needed a new guard. I turned my head, confused, in response. I'm not a fan. Oh? I'm your new coworker. Her face seems to light up for a second. Finally, I told Joe to get us a maid for a while now. Rockstars like me shouldn't have to do stupid stuff like cleaning the restaurant. I think you have a misunderstanding. I'm the new night guard. So? I don't think you know how this works. I signed on to... No, I don't think you know how this works. I'm the star at this place, and that means I'm the one raking in the money. I don't know who you are, nor do I care. What I do know, however, one word from me to Joe, and your ass is grass. A vein bulges in my neck as I'm subjected to the attitude of this prissy, arrogant, audacious specimen I'll be dealing with. I take a deep breath and close my eyes. I need to calm down. I hate it, but she may be right. Her name is on the sign. People love this place enough to break into it. I need the job. One word from her, and I'm probably out of here. We're gonna let it go. This is annoying, but swallow your tongue. The bulge from my neck disappears, and I turn my frown upside down. My apologies. My name is Ava. Blah, blah, blah. Don't care. The bunny, at this time, seems to be glued to her phone, ignoring my existence. You don't sound motivated enough. Let's see if we can find something to motivate you. She gave me a sly smile and walked off, out the other door. Pirate's Cove. From the office, I navigate my way towards Pirate Cove. From the office, I navigate my way towards Pirate Cove. It just did that twice. Why did I read it twice? Arriving in the room seems to be a pirate-themed bar, where signage is everywhere, encouraging the visitors to drink. Of course, you gotta drink here at a bar. Otherwise, why would you go to a bar? There seemed to be a small stage in the corner of the room. I moved towards it, being wary of my surroundings. Getting closer, I notice it's a smaller stage. Maybe they use it to entertain guests. I clear my throat and knock loudly on the side of the stage. Hello? Time to wake up. No response. I knock again. Wakey, wakey. Breakfast is nearly ready. Even though I'm not sure how robots can eat human food. There's a whine of disappointment, then a crash. You okay? Yow. I need a bigger throne. The fox drunkenly slides on her clothes that sat conveniently next to her. She then turns her pissed off gaze towards me. "Who the fuck may ye be?" she says with an undertone of anger, very prevalent. There's a crack, then some scratching across the floor tile of the stage steadily approaching me. "You best answer now." You better." Turns her head sideways while looking at me, stops, and then realizes, "Oh, a customer." Her expression quickly turns to a smile. "We be not open yet, laddie. Sorry." Fixie, right?" "Aye, aye, Captain." "I'm Ava, the new employee." "Oh." "Yeah, breakfast is nearly ready, so come when you can." "Sounds good. Thank ye, matey." Her voice is starting to make my head spin. I rub my temples, weakly smile, and quickly leave the room. She seems very open when it comes to how she sleeps. Heading back to the office, I look at the computer screen for my next destination. Party room. While searching for Mona, I decided to familiarize myself with the place more. And it's a lot easier to memorize the floor plan in the daylight. I wander down the halls, embedding each room placement into my memory. I come across a final room. It's one of the party rooms, used for private events within the restaurant. Twist the handle and push the door open. Inside, it's dark. I'll flick on the lights so the room flutters to life. It's a relatively plain room, with white walls and wood trims. Plenty of tables, a bar, a stage, and in the center of the room, there's a round fuchsia couch. Around a stage that has a stripper pole on it. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. Potty popper it is, then. It probably isn't the smartest choice to make the giant metal animatronic machine angry. I pick up the popper and awkwardly fiddle with it. I find the right way to hold it and pull the string. A loud bang erupts from the party popper, echoing out into the establishment. Whoa. She closes her jaw and locks eyes with me, blinking them open. Her look is strange. It's dazed and confused. As for why, I don't know. I'm thankful she stopped. Huh? She looks around to see where she's at, and then looks back down at me. She looks at her hand on my chest, and her face instantly appears red. Jumps back off me and starts apologizing. I'm so sorry, I was... Yawn. Did she just yawn? What? How? She was just ready to bite me a few seconds ago. What's with this change in demeanor? I apologize. I get a bit bitey when I'm asleep. She hides her tail between her legs, obviously seeming uneasy with the situation. And she also seems genuinely sorry. I didn't get a good look at her before, but holy shit, she's tall. She's bending down, but damn, she's almost as tall as me. And I'm a fucking behemoth? I take a second to get up. I dust myself off, still shaking. Fuck, I thought I was gonna die. But she seems to be under control now. Nina wanted me to tell you to come on down for breakfast. I'll be there. Down my head and walk back slowly, getting ready to go on my own. She almost had breakfast out of us. These things are dangerous. Even though it was an accident, I felt like I was going to die. My legs are still shaking. I don't know about this place. I don't know. Getting back to the office, I look at the computer screen for my next destination. Breakfast. Everyone woken up, and finally time for breakfast. Man, I'm starving. My legs are still a bit wobbly from the near-death experience, but with some food I should be alright. I make my way towards the main dining hall of the establishment. It's bright, colorful, has few stages, and plenty of tables. I can smell a mouth-watering mixture of various foods. Wow, technology has come far. That smells better than most restaurants around here. I look around the dining hall, spotting Nina serving everyone. Everyone has huge plates piled with pancakes, toast, eggs, and bacon. Nina's eyes meet mine. She smiles and beckons me to come over. I sheepishly approach, and she pulls out a chair at the head of the table. Sit, darling, sit. I'm sure you're starving. You have no idea. I sit down, she pushes me in, then plops a plate down for me. Are you a vegetarian? Not at all. She smiles again and piles my plate up with everything. I glance to my left. A small chill goes down my spine seeing Mona there. She's slouching. Her hulking form shifts nervously. She glances down at me, then back to the table multiple times. Yeah, I like the way she looked in the other versions. Yeah. Oh well. She very carefully picks up a pitcher of orange juice. It wobbles and shakes as she slowly brings it up to her cup and pours it in, letting it fill to the top. She lets out a sigh of relief and sits it back down. To my right is Vixie. She's happily chowing down breakfast, not a care in the world. Although she's chewing awfully loud, I can hear her teeth clinking together. Bon has her plate piled up with sweets and things of that nature, matching what I thought she'd eat to a T. I look over towards Ditzy. She's sitting across from Nina with a well-balanced breakfast in front of her. Bon, would you please pass me the grape juice? Bon huffs and rolls her eyes. Get yourself, you lazy bitch. Do not disrespect me like that, you spoiled brat. You trapped drama queen. The last time, I am not a brat. I think you just proved that wrong. Oh, why I oughta. You too quiet. Behave in front of our new employee. Nina squawks, glaring at the both of them. They shut up and share a tense gaze for a moment. Nina leans over the table and grabs the pitcher of purple juice. She hands it to Ditzy. Thank you. At least someone has decency here. A look of disgust spreads across Bon's face. She opens her mouth to say something. She changes her mind and just rolls her eyes. Breakfast is quiet and tense for a few minutes after the miniature shouting match. I sit there keeping my head down and enjoying the food. So, Ava, what do you think of the place so far? Very charming? You do have that effect on people. She winks at me. I could at least smile back. Oh, I'm sure. Nina? You don't have to shout, doll. What do you need? Is there more bacon? Vixie's voice crackles uncomfortably as she speaks in a quieter tone. Yes. Where did it go? Nina quickly scans the table, then grabs a plate half full with bacon and hands it to Vixie. Vixie beams and salivates at the sight of it, grabbing it. Tries putting it on her plate, but Nina stops her with a look. She reluctantly puts a couple pieces back on, then gently places the plate down on the table. With that, breakfast proceeded quietly. Am I supposed to be doing something? Nope. That is, until the entrance doors fly open. He smiles and opens his arms. Hey girls, how are you? Holy shit, new guy. You're here. Yeah? Oh, well, Ava. Glad to see you're alive. Good morning, girls. Everyone says good morning back, completely in unison. Wait, what the fuck was that? Why was he surprised? Joe walks over to Mona and rests a hand on her shoulder. He leans over and grabs a piece of bacon. Ava, if you could come outside with me for a moment, we need to talk. He takes a bite of bacon. Great job as always, Nina. Nina blushes and shies away. Aw, Joe, you flatterer. Come on now. He pats my shoulder, urging me to get up and walk out of the room. I shoot up and speed walk after him. Joe shuts the door behind us as we enter the outside, the morning sun shining down on us. Joe finishes his bacon before speaking. So, you survived the night? Yes, sir. Well, spectacular. Job's all yours, kid. Oh, just like that? Just like that. Since you're living here too, you might as well work full time, huh? How about during the day, you help out with whatever the girls need, then tend to security at night? Like an assistant? Precisely, an assistant. They always have something going on. Sounds good? I don't know. What happened last night was crazy. BonBon looked different from now and was banging on the door. Joe here is blaming it on glitches, but I just feel like there's something more to the story. I'm fine with it. Even though last night was strange, and I haven't ever seen robots move when they aren't supposed to. If you say it's a glitch, it's a glitch. I'm not a mechanic. I'll just keep my doubts in the back of my mind for now. Great, that's just great. Look at the sky. A warm mix of pink, orange, and red hues, indicating the sun's rise. And when did this happen with me living there? I don't remember that being said at all in the story. This is so weird. Like, how did he know his name was Joe? How does Joe know that, like, we're just gonna live there? Like, when did this happen? I cover my eyes as things slowly start to get brighter. Shit, when was the last time I was up to see a sunrise? Work usually had me work the night and graveyard shifts, so I never really got to see much light. That's unless I wasn't able to sleep. Then seeing the sunrise was a silver lining. I look over to see Joe looking up the sky as well, a content expression on his face. I do the same, taking a deep breath in. It's nice taking in the morning air. Do you think the ends justify the means? Joe spoke to my right in a questioning tone. By the way he spoke, I could tell his eyes didn't break from the sky. What do you mean? Do you think the end justifies the means? For example, if you were to do something bad in order for a good thing to happen in the end, do you think that bad thing you did would be justified? Don't know. That's a loaded question. Maybe, maybe not. Just answer your honest thoughts. I would say I think so. Or maybe it depends. A lot of people do bad things to get a good outcome. The bad you're doing isn't so much to the point where you're questioning whether it's worth it. Then maybe it's fine. Though I guess it differs from situation to situation. Like how certain countries go to war with the end goal of achieving peace. Interesting answer. How do you know when the bad outweighs the good? Like I said, when you start questioning your actions. Most people are reasonable and have a line, but some people are monsters. So in that case, I don't know, we'll see. He nods his head. Yeah, some people are monsters. Anyway, you gave a good answer, so I want to give you a gift. Would you like to take it? Out of the corner of my eye, I could see a smirk. You're an interesting man, Ava. For giving a good answer, I'd like to give you a little gift. I won't take no for an answer. Alright, what is it? Answer honestly. I know you've been looking at the girls. Maybe even seen them in some compromising positions. I chuckle nervously. Shoo. I'm not here to grill you. I just want to ask you a question. Who do you like more? BonBon or Mona? Oh. Usually I would go with Mona, but I don't like the way she kind of looks in this version of it, like I said. Yeah, I'll go with Mona. Subconsciously, I knew this was the right answer for me. The other one is a bitch. But the other one tried killing me. I guess if I had to choose, Mona? Quiet and nervous girls. Interesting. Alright, let's head back. Oh, and also, just relax. Don't get noticed, though. That might cause a problem. Don't get noticed? What do you mean by that? He only gives me an odd smirk. He motions to follow and walks back into the kitchen. I stand there for a moment, a little confused, but quickly follow him in. He's already over at Mona, whispering to her. Her ears flick back, seemingly surprised by Joe's words. She blushes and nods. What is he whispering about? I take my seat next to Mona and Vixie. One leans a bit closer to me with her arm under the table. Click, click, click. What's that noise? Sounds like something's being uncoiled. I notice Mona's arms look like extending towards me. I feel her hand tracing up my leg and rest on my thigh. She goes a deeper red and gives me a look, as if asking for permission. Joe nods and winks at me. Mona gives me another smile that makes me believe things will be alright. Shortly after breakfast ended, Mona left first with a large red blush and a smile on her face. Like I said, some of the changes I didn't care for. I don't know about the whole how Mona looks. I don't know. I just kind of like the other version of her. But it looks okay. It's growing on me. It's just different. All the other ones look great, though. BonBon looks interesting, too. Although she's kind of kept the way she looks since the beginning, I think. But I like it. I like the story. It's just one of those things I like. Although I was surprised to actually have FNAF gameplay. Because I don't remember that being in any of the other versions. No. There was, wasn't there? The last version had it. Oh well. My brain is all just bleh right now. I haven't had enough coffee yet. But on that note, you all have yourselves a good one. And I will see you later.